Wagwan fam, my fellow YouTubers. How you guys doing today? Hope you're as fine as me. No, I'm joking, I'm not fine. I'm here in Almscliff, North Yorkshire. Now this place is about an hour away from Sheffield. So I recommend if you're traveling from London to at least stay a few days. And looking around, all the rocks and stuff seem to all be situated in one area. Now it's been a great year. Grateful for that. And I'm even more grateful that I'm living another year. As I know some people don't have that same privilege. So the real warriors are far away from here. Whereas my warrior gains are limited to this rock here. So my objective for this short trip is to try and seize the initiative and maximize the ultimate gains as always and manifest and harness the supreme adaptation necessary to accumulate as many sands as possible. Because it is only through these sands where we're able to fully harness our potential in this realm and further beyond in all forms of existence. And it's only when we comprehend this we fully learn to maximize our journey and pathway on this planet in our limited time here. We're basically dying as soon as we're born to make the most.
So arrived to the crag relatively late into the evening. I was limited to basically just trying one climb quickly just to get the activation going. Now, I had not climbed in a few days as I was trying to rest for this trip, so obviously my movement was quite rusty, so I was climbing quite rigid. This particular climb on this arete must have been no harder than about a V5, but regardless, it was necessary to understand the right body positioning to be in order to establish the fundamental movement patterns needed to effectively make it to the top of the rock. Now, nestled along this array, obviously there's a few good holds. Just got to kind of scope out the right parts of your hand to get onto the hold, and also try and engage your heel so that it takes most of the weight off your fingers. It took me eventually quite a few tries to make it to the top, and as I recall, the top out was quite sketchy as well. It was a great way to get the trip rolling, as this rock is the first one you see as soon as you walk in, and it's quite big, so it really builds up your psyche and builds up your anticipation to have a positive, good trip. Right, so this arete climb is a bit like maybe a 6E, maybe a 6E plus, I'm not sure. So mine was flying up there. I was clutching my balls while I was clutching my hands, trying to engage my triceps, trying to like mantle up, trying to get the right hand up was very tough. So I had my wife just to move the mat just a bit so the recording temporarily stopped. Maybe in the future I'll try and get a cleaner recording, but basically you engage your tricep and you mantle up basically with your left heel taking most of the weight. The crux over basically right before then, in my opinion. Very nice climb and a great start to the trip.
Like there's about 2 hours, maybe even less, maybe about an hour till it hammers it down with rain. So like always, the tune 1 second to go, Blad. Well, until we try to get to stop. Well, with a minimum limited time window, what happens normally is that you could really focus and climb efficiently and really rely on your power endurance training. The small windows are so great. we should all try and get out, even though I'm the only man crazy enough to be here right now. You know what it is, sometimes you got to maximize the season issue, manifest the ultimate gains, and transcend your existence to this realm and the next. What I'm trying now is a climb for the keel. It's a 7C, but it looks exactly in my style, so I should be able to flash it. Right, it's a shame, but the rain has started, fam. Things out here looking more wet and moist than most mandarins in their teenage, late adolescent years, bro. Things out here so wet, man. I'm starting to question why I even exist. I do this climbing thing to exist. But right now I'm thinking, why am I even existing, fam? Why am I even here in the ring? I don't know. But I haven't worked out the moves of the climb. But one of the key holes, the juggle in here, fam. That thing's one of those wet man situations, fam. So if I can do it, great. If I can't, no. Correct, I might come back tomorrow. Right, so that dry fire completely annihilated my attempt. I basically dry fired off a jug. I don't know how I dry fired off a jug, but when you do, because it's wet, fam, you've got to move on from that, fam, because you ain't climbing no wet rock. And this is quite overhanging, and this is a 7B. So I'm sure if I had
Right, so 3 days climbing in the UK equals roughly 2 hours in 1 day. So basically yesterday was a write-off, and today I'm back here today, slightly cooler. It rained a lot last night. It's still very, very humid, and basically there's a tiny bit of a wind, which means that with a bit of time it will start to feel quite good if it stays like this. The 7C right now is still my priority, to be honest, because I feel like I've worked out the moves. And The one earlier was roughly like a V4 climb, like a 6D plus. It was quite nice. It was a bit wet, but you got to take your chances when you climb on any sort of route the first time. But the key is to basically harness your ability and really trust yourself and ultimately manifest the game.
आराम से
Yeah, fam. Managed to do my kill climb in the end. Yeah, fam. The final situation with the jog with the match was like final destination, fam. You can see the finish before you've actually sent the climb. You're holding onto a jug thinking, fam, this is done, fam. However, you still got to find another way to manifest the gains and go even higher. But it's behind us now. So I'm going to be trying this other climb called Crucis, which is a bit of a crisis because I can't seem to figure out this thing, fam. Ordinarily, I should be able to do this climb within 10 minutes. However, I think I didn't approach it in a strategic way at all. Trying it at the wrong time, trying it too relentlessly, but just really enjoying the moves too much as opposed to strategically being able to send it. Regardless, it's a climb I know I could easily do. Even though the moves are quite amorphous near the end, it's just finding it in the right day when you're in the right form.
इतना अच्छा
Yeah, so it's taken roughly 3 days. By the end of it, now there's some sunshine and some amazing 10 out of 10 conditions. But the specimen right now is far away from being at the optimum level to send. It's mainly the skin, to be honest. I think because I've been trying to really go at it for 3 days in a row. Been trying to really crank from day one, even when it was a bit humid and dry. And then, you know what I mean? When you're trying to really force the situation, rather than suppose you patiently, if I just waited for the last day, then maybe I could be sending more. But I'm going to be trying to at least till the final bit, just try and just keep cranking as much as possible, and just really appreciate this great, nice moment in time, in complete solitude and peaceful tranquility, and ambience down of the nature. on this nice day. Pleasant. What day is it today? Wednesday. So, thank you for watching.
Sometimes just eyeballing a climb is enough to make sure that you want to climb it. It doesn't necessarily matter about the grade or anything. You don't even need to look at the grade. In fact, do yourself a favor and forget about those numerical evaluations. Just look at the rock and be like, yeah fam, looks like there's some decent sizable gains to be acquired from ascending that piece of rock. So learn to enjoy the process and learn to make the most of all your times and days outdoors, my friends.